Hello, I hope it's recording now because this is actually the fourth time I have made this video. Sometimes I watch other people on YouTube and they say, oh, this is the fourth time I made this video, the battery ran out. Oh. Yes, anyone doubting that we're in Colombia, we have a tropical storm beginning, so I'll try and get this video done before we're electrocuted. Today's video is going to be a bit different, which is an idea that I put on Twitter and lots of people said they wanted to see it. So the idea is that I'm going to tell you about all the products that I bought yesterday in Medellín that I hadn't been able to buy for 6 months because I had been stuck in El Retiro, where we are currently sitting in my house. So there are many products that I have missed for the last 6 months, which I have simply been, I mean, you just can't buy it in a small village shop, which is where I've been shopping for the last 6 months. So I have quite a strange selection of things here. I'll start off, well, I'll take you on my, let's rerun my journey yesterday. So yesterday I drove to Medellín and I arrived at Mall Santa Fe on the Avenida del Poblado, and I had my temperature taken in the car, driving into the car park. So, you know, you have to put the window down, you have to be wearing your face mask, and they, you know, stick it to your head, and then they say, oh, that doesn't work. So then they do it on your wrist. And then they let you in the shopping mall. And you would think that was the end of it, but no, they then proceed to take your temperature in every single shop that you go into. So I went, where did I go first? First of all, I went to Falabella. Now, like many of you at the moment, we are all feeling the pinch because none of us are able to work as much as we were working before. So our means are substantially reduced for many of us. So my favourite perfume, I didn't feel like making the splurge. So I bought my second choice perfume. Now, what is my second choice perfume? Some of you might ask. It is, drumroll, Paulina, which is actually a perfume designed by the former Miss Colombia, Paulina Vega Diepa, who is, I think, from Barranquilla, although perhaps I'm wrong, very beautiful woman. And she did a collaboration with Falabella, which is a department store in Colombia, but I think it's actually Argentinian. And she did this perfume. Now, it doesn't have a name. I think maybe the name is Paulina, I'm not sure. Now, I once smelt this on a counter in Falabella, and it reminded me of this perfume that I used to love when I was younger that was discontinued, and that was a perfume called Gloria by Cacharel. You can buy Gloria, I believe, now online. You know, sometimes people sell old perfumes because, you know, if you're a perfume lover like I am, when you really love a perfume, if it no longer exists, it's quite devastating. So some people sell them online, you know, for lots of money, silly money. This perfume, Paulina, when you open the box, it looks like this. It smells identical to Gloria by Cacharel. It feels a lot more expensive than it is. It cost me 100,000 pesos, which is what, £25-ish. It will last me, I don't know, a year? Maybe a year. I mean, this is what I would call my everyday perfume. It's quite a strong perfume, which I like. It's not one of those perfumes that you smell on the bus going to Medellín, you know, women on a Friday night, that sort of makes you want to vomit. It's a really nice perfume. So I highly recommend this perfume, Paulina, which it looks quite pretty. I mean, it's quite a tasteful bottle. It's not vulgar or anything like that. And the box is also useful. I usually use it to put jewellery in afterwards, or knickknacks. So afterwards, I then went to Jumbo. Now, Jumbo is Colombia's Asda. Same branding, same clientele, same prices. It's a sort of, you know, medium range supermarket. And I headed straight for the sort of exotic foods aisle and picked up sesame oil. Now, I love to cook. I particularly love cooking Asian food, usually Pakistani food, to be honest. Even food that isn't Pakistani ends up tasting Pakistani by the time I finish with it. But I really miss cooking with sesame oil because I tend to cook everything with olive oil because it's very healthy and I like it. And I don't use butter for anything. I mean, I even put olive oil on bread, to be honest. So I bought this sesame oil, which I believe cost me 10,000 pesos, which is about £3. I mean, very reasonable. And it says extra virgin, cold pressed olive oil. Now, I didn't realise this at the time, so I just picked up the only one they had. But it's actually from a Colombian brand called Monterra, which I've never heard of. Amor por nuestra tierra, love for our land. And it says it's 100% organic, 100% Colombian, and vegan. The storm really is approaching now, so I will whiz through. So recommend that, particularly for doing like a Chinese fried rice or something like that. And I also bought teriyaki sauce. Kikkoman was the brand that they had. It says marinade and sauce. So I think that means you can sort of ferment something in it or just chuck it on the top is how I would. It says, oh no, it says simply marinate 30 minutes to 2 hours, then grill, bake or broil. It even gives you a recipe for something called aloha chicken, which involves pineapple. I hate pineapple. Anyway, I would just make chicken with this, and I do like the kind of branding of this. It looks like my fantasy of Japan. Perhaps Japan isn't like that, but anyway. And the final, oh no, not my final, but my penultimate food product is tahini. Now, I love tahini for two reasons. Firstly, I use it just on salad. I don't like salad dressing really, but I love tahini as a salad dressing. So I would just put it on top of salad with a bit of raisins or something like that. Now, this tahini, it says Alfez authentic. I think it was, again, 10,000 pesos, £3-ish. And it says it's vegan. I'm not vegan, so it's not really a factor that I think about. But if you are vegan, it is. And I think this is a Colombian brand pretending to be North African. It says authentic. I'm not sure how authentic it is. But I would use this also to make hummus. I would just soak some chickpeas overnight, put them in a pressure cooker with garlic, olive oil, bit of lemon juice. I have a lemon tree here, so I would use lemons from here, they're like an orangey colour, but they're not oranges. It's a bit funny. Colombian lemons are different. And some cumin and a little bit of salt and pepper, and then in the blender, and it's, you know, very nice after they've been pressure cooked. So yeah, hummus. And then my final food product, which I did not get in jumbo. I purchased these in the Colombian equivalent of Carulla in the El Tesoro shopping market, where my temperature was also taken about a zillion times, are the Tosh Artesanal, Estilo Artesanal cereal bars. Now, I don't like those kind of sweet, chewy cereal bars, but I love a cereal bar first thing in the morning with coffee. I tend to have coffee, a cereal bar quite early, about 7 o'clock in the morning, and then I have a sort of proper breakfast with tea and what was I going to say, with arepa and that kind of thing later on. But these cereal bars, I haven't been able to get them since February. I love them because they're like, you know, rabbit food in a bar, you know, proper cereal bars. This one says almond and vanilla flavour. Now, in theory, there are two other flavours in the range. There is meant to be a honey and avena, and also a sea salt. I haven't been able to get either of those for probably about a year. So I think the only ones still in the range are these. Now, they're quite expensive. They're about, how much are they? They're probably about £3 for 5. You know, bit of a rip-off. But I don't know, I like them, and for me it was almost like a treat. So got my cereal bars, very happy. Also in Carulla, the Waitrose of Colombia. Just waiting for the thunder and lightning to stop. I managed to get jasmine tea. You have no idea how much I have longed for this jasmine tea. It's not the best jasmine tea I've ever had, I'm not going to lie. You get 25 tea bags. Do you say tea bags? Bolsas. Tea bags in a box. And it's just green tea with jasmine. I would describe it as a sort of 6 out of 10 jasmine tea. It's the only one I have found that is drinkable in Colombia. I think it's actually imported from France. I'm looking. The brand is Casino. They do a few other teas, but none of the other flavours really speak to me personally. Hindu tea, té Hindu in Colombia, which is a Colombian tea, do a jasmine tea, but it has a bit of aloe vera in, and I have to say, I think it's rather like dishwater. So I really wouldn't be recommending that. What else did I buy? A sewing kit. Now, I'm not really buying new clothes this year. I think probably like many people, we've realised we've all got a lot of clothes. I have a lot of clothes. However, some of my clothes need very minor repairs, and I haven't been able to get to the sastrería. I don't even know how you translate that. I've forgotten the English word for it. Where you go and they repair clothes for you. Anyway, here that's quite a popular and affordable service. So I bought myself this sewing kit, and I bought it purely because it has this beautiful green thread in it. I don't know if you can see, a kind of olive green, and I have something olive green that I needed to repair. Now, it's, you know, child's quality. I got this in jumbo. I can't remember how much it was because, to be honest, I just saw it and grabbed it. But I'm sure it wasn't very expensive at all because it looks like the kind of thing you get in a children's Christmas stocking. In fact, all of this is a bit like a Christmas stocking, you know, where you sort of pull random things out on Christmas Day, and they're all sort of little things that are quite pleasant. So I got this, yes, the Set Costura para Viajero. It says it's for a traveller, so obviously designed for me, had me in mind. And I mean, you can imagine when I bought all these things in the supermarket, the guy that was serving me at the till, he sort of gave me a look as if to say, what a strange bunch of things you're buying here. And I felt a bit embarrassed. So I said to him, you must think I'm buying some very odd things. And he sort of went, you know, here they wouldn't really say, yes, I do. They just kind of acknowledge that, yes, probably that's the case. And I said, well, I live in a very rural area. I haven't been able to get any of these things. And he said, what? You've spent 6 months? Where do you live? And I said, and he said, 6 months there? That's absolutely crazy. And I said, well, you know, that's life. C'est la vie. So the final thing I got at the supermarket were incense sticks. Now, I love burning incense. I would go, normally, for lockdown, I would go through probably 3 sticks a day. I did manage to buy in the village crystals of incense at a sort of religious shop. Shop's a strong word, more like a kind of house with a window where they sell a few religious-y things. And that was quite an experience because there were some sort of women sitting in the street yelling things at me and yelling at their children, you know, get inside, making a noise, yelling at their husbands for being unfaithful, that kind of thing. So I got these crystals in the village a few weeks ago, but then I realised I didn't have the charcoals to burn the incense on, so it was a complete waste of time. They look nice in the bottle, but I can't actually burn them. So I finally managed to get incense sticks. Now, I just grabbed the only ones that they had in jumbo. And these ones are called the 7 Archangel incense sticks. A different invocation for every day. Invocation, I don't know how to translate that. Like, I don't know, evoke something different every day. So when I opened it, I realised that there are actually 7 packets, and each packet has the name of a different angel on it. So we have Gabriel, Jofiel, Uriel, Miguel, Samuel, Zadikiel, and Raphael. And each one is meant to be for a different day. So today is Thursday, and today is apparently Jasmin Day. Oh, it matches my shirt. That wasn't deliberate. I'm glad it's Jasmin because you already know that I like Jasmin. And it says, it gives you a different message for each day. So today it says, I am who protects you and guide you on Thursday. With the flame of consecration, I cure your body, mind, and soul. I lighten your sufferings and guide you towards maximum health and well-being, the key of which is to meet your inner divinity. I don't know if that's true, but it does smell very, very nice. And what else did I get? In El Tesoro shopping mall, on the first floor car park, so it's not in the main shopping mall, it's in the car park, I don't know why, there's an organic supermarket. I'll put all the links to all these products in the description box for anybody that's interested. It's the only place where I can get more tea. As you can see, my Englishness is coming through in this video. The Ahmad London Tea Classic Tea Selection, classic black teas, 20 bags, and it gives you 4 different teas. Earl Grey, English tea number 1. I don't know what that really is, but it's basically a bit like a slightly stronger version of a Darjeeling. English breakfast and Darjeeling. My favourite is the Darjeeling. That is actually probably my favourite tea of teas. Is Darjeeling. I would describe this as sort of, again, 7 out of 10 in quality, perhaps. They're not loose teas, they're tea bags. But in Colombia, you take what you can get, let's be honest, that's the best we're going to do. And that's the only place I've found this brand in Colombia. I think it's called Merco Orgánica or something like that. Right, last point is cosmetics or toiletries. Now, yesterday I purchased the Vichy Mineral 89. It says it's a serum. I don't really find it to be a serum. It's basically a bog standard, all the nasties taken out, hyaluronic acid product. So if you suffer with dehydrated skin, which I do, particularly in a very humid climate, this will sort of plump you up a little bit. It's not going to perform miracles. It's not going to turn the clock back. It's not going to forgive your sins. But it's, affordable and it's very easily available. Vichy, I think, is part of the L'Oreal umbrella products. Like, they're slightly more expensive, but not as expensive as other parts of the business. So this is a product that I use all the time. I would probably go through 3 of these a year. I used to use mainly Clinique products, but then I found that this doesn't have any fragrance in, and I have sensitive skin, so this does the job. It's more of a sort of under moisturizer, I would say. And then a final find. Now, actually, I'm cheating a bit because I didn't buy this yesterday in Medellín. I bought this in El Retiro a couple of weeks ago. I discovered, I'm just going to add it here because some people might be interested, a very cheap, oh my gosh, what a lightning. It's probably going to go bang any second. Bang. Like I say, tropical weather. Is this brand of makeup that I want to recommend to you. It's very cheap. And the brand is called Julienne Cosmetic from Barranquilla. Now, they sell this in the Drogueria Alemana, which is a pharmacy. I think probably you get it in almost all Colombian villages. Don't know if you get it in cities. But I bought this just for a bit of fun a few weeks ago because I was bored, and I love makeup. I love experimenting with makeup. I mean, I tend to always wear a sort of purple lipstick and eyeliner. But I fancied trying the eyeshadows. And I found, first of all, this, which it's called Café Claro, light coffee. It's meant to be an, it's meant to be a shadow for your eyebrows. I mean, this would not work for your eyebrows, and I'll tell you why. It's because it's got a slight mustardy hue to it, which I use as an eyeshadow, and it's absolutely fabulous. Now, if you've ever used the Bobbi Brown eyeshadow in, what's it called? Camel, which is a kind of sepia colour. This is exactly the same. A Bobbi Brown eyeshadow is about $30. This cost me about £1, 3,000 pesos, 3,000 pesos. And it's brilliant, it lasts longer. I usually use hypoallergenic products. This is certainly not hypoallergenic, but it didn't make my eyes itch. And that's saying something for me because everything makes my eyes itch. I also discovered from the same brand, Julian, amazing eyeliner pencils that again are like £1, 3,000 pesos. It says long lasting and waterproof. I don't know why it says it in English, but they really are long lasting and waterproof. They don't move at all. They don't smudge. And also you can blend them nicely with if you've got a smudge brush or something. And they're just fantastic. The best eyeliners I have ever tried in my entire life. I'm not joking. I've tried expensive, organic, cheap, hypoallergenic. I've tried it all, and they're all crap. And this one is great. It's the best eyeliner ever, and it comes in about 4 or 5 different colours, different shades of brown, green. I've now bought all of them and they're all fantastic. The green one smudges a little bit, but because it's metallic-y, the green one, it doesn't really matter. It kind of looks quite nice. By the same brand, they do eyeshadow quads. Now, I'm not going to lie, it does look a bit like makeup from Claire's. It's not posh makeup, but it does the job. And I've got the fantastic tropical quad. Again, fantastic, comes with a mirror. Can you see? Don't know if you can see that. Can you see? Yes. They do the equivalent of something a bit like a Clinique chubby stick. They do sort of highlighting pencils. You could use it to contour, for blush, highlighter. You could even use it as eyeshadow or even on your lips, depending on your colour preference. And then the final discovery from Julian, the same brand, from Barranquilla. Now, I bought this thinking it was a pencil to put on the inside of your eye to brighten your eyes. That's why I bought it. Also because it had a smudger, so I thought that's what it was for. Now, it says it's for highlighting. It says illuminating radiant pencil with vitamin E and C. Well, it didn't work for that. It looked really ridiculous on me. And I don't think it's designed for the purpose I use it for, which is under eye concealer or a concealer pencil. Now, it only works for me because I obviously have quite a pale skin, which is not the typical skin colour of your average Colombian person. So it wouldn't work for a lot of people here. But I find it fantastic. Now, if after a certain age, a concealer tends to sort of smudge a bit throughout the day and settle into lines and things like that, this doesn't move. Now, I don't think it was designed for this purpose, but I'm just going to be buying them up and using them as an under-eye concealer. Is that my final product? I think it is. Well, I will leave it there. Thank you very much for listening. It's been a bit of a strange video, but people said they might like to see something like this, so there you are. And please try and stay safe. And I hope that if I do have to go back into lockdown again, these products will suffice me for another 6 months. So I will leave it there. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening. Bye.